Today we're going to go over Chapter 9, which is Applying Personalization and the Embodiment Principles. The personalization principle is the use of an informal conversational style to introduce a lesson that resembles human-to-human conversation. Overall, you would be using a conversational rather than a formal style, polite wording rather than direct wording, and a human voice rather than a machine or computer style voice. The psychological reasons behind the personalization principle is that people work harder to understand material when they feel that they are in a conversation with a partner rather than simply receiving information. Using conversational style in a multimedia presentation conveys to the learners the idea that they should work hard to understand what their conversational partner, in this case the course narrator, is saying to them. The formal style is better than conversational style in delivering information as efficiently as possible, though it's inconsistent with how the mind works. Expressing information in conversational style can be a way to prime appropriate cognitive processing in the learner. Making your materials more personable is another instructional technique that promotes relevant psychological engagement. It is useful to consider your audience when planning your conversational style. You want to write informally enough so that the learners feel that they are interacting with a conversational partner, but not so informally that the learner is distracted or the material is undermined. Implementing the personalization principle should create only a subtle change in the lesson. Use of second person and informal language, such as you and your, lead to a conversational tone which makes it more user-friendly. Main point is keep it simple by presenting the basic information. Here's an example of both a formal and personalized version of an overview of a lesson. As you can see, the formal version states only the facts or main points that will be covered. The personalized version creates a dialogue with the learner that creates an image of a journey into the lesson and the knowledge it beholds, invoking the imagination. According to Brown and Levinson's politeness theory, these alternative wordings help to save face by allowing the learner to have some freedom of action or by allowing the learner to work cooperatively with the agent. Rather than give demands, include the use of you may want, do you want, or let's to the demands to appear more polite. Students who have had less experience in working with computers were more sensitive to the politeness tone. Characteristics of the speaker's voice can have a strong impact on how people respond to computer-based communications. People tend to learn better when the speaker's voice is human rather than machine simulated. If any of you are familiar with JP from Grandma's Boy, he is a prime example of robot talk.
I am not amused. I am not amused.
The embodiment principle is an on-screen agent that behaves in a human-like way by using human-like gesture, body movement, facial expression, and eye gaze, which results in better learning. Pedagogical agents are also known as avatars, who are on-screen characters who help guide the learning process. Agents can be representations of real people using video and human voice, or artificial characters using animation and computer-generated voice. I am sure many of you remember the paperclip character from Microsoft Word. That is an example of an on-screen agent.